Right. Hi everyone. In my earlier video, I was discussing some very important queries that students have in the preparation for competitive exams. In my earlier video, I've tried to answer just three queries. I tried my best to precisely explain the things, but yes, it took a lot of time. But in this video, I'll try my best to be precise and clear. Query number 4 that I have is, when should I start my preparation? When should I start my preparation? Today. Query number 5. What is the syllabus and how to prepare for Group 2 and Group 1? So beautiful question. When you prepare for competitive exams, this clarity is important because many people don't really opt a particular exam. They keep attempting every exam without knowing exactly the syllabus. So exclusively, if you want the details of Group 2 and Group 1, that is APPSC or any other state level exam. So Group 2, Group 1 is a big package. The syllabus is huge. A lot of subjects and different reference books. So I don't want to pass this very quickly. I definitely will promise you that very soon I'll make a complete separate video on exclusively Group 2 and Group 1. Because the biggest challenge is for the English medium students. In the case of Telugu medium people, there are a lot of books to refer, but English medium people are always confused because of two reasons. Number one, what books to study. Number two, generally people who prepare for Group 2 and Group 1, they are not happy because they don't find coaching centers that can teach English, that can teach Group 2 subjects in English medium, correct? Usually general studies part, English teaching is found very hardly. So Group 2, Group 1, I'll promise you very soon I'll make a complete separate video very soon. Right? So the next query says, it's a very interesting question. I'm sure this question is slightly away from the competitive exams package. Should I change my company as I'm being unpaid? It's a beautiful question. Should I change my company? And because of the reason that they're not paying me salary, I think I cannot generalize this, of course, but I can give you the factors that you can introspect, correct? See, my job, all I can do is to give you some factors, how to think and what to think, then you can decide. You are the only person to decide this. Should I change my company? Because they are not paying me. So number one, how long have you been working in the company? Think about it. If you have been working for a long time, I think you best know the company, whether they have paid you before or not, and your association with the company, your growth prospectus in the company, your job satisfaction in the company, your employer's attitude towards you, your employee's relation with you, and all that. Think about it. And number two, are they not paying you since the lockdown? Are they not paying you because of the COVID? If this is the truth, if they're not paying you because of the COVID, I genuinely think you cannot take a decision to quit the company, because now whichever new company you join might have the similar situation. I'm sure the Indian economy is fall down. The GDP is absolutely terribly doing bad. So whichever new company you join, unless the exceptional cases, mostly the similar situations might be there. So if this is a temporary problem that you have been facing since the lockdown, I genuinely advise don't change the company. Number three, if you have got a better opportunity which is definitely good in all aspects, and whether you will have a long-term association with them, it's good, you can change the company. But generally changing the company is not a small thing to happen, because I have seen many people who change the companies very often, and every time they join a new company, they found themselves at level 1. Correct? For example, you have been working in a company for 7 years or 6 years, means this 6 years experience will matter a lot. Now when you join a new company, now you are a fresher there, it makes a big difference. Your seniority there would not fetch anything here except the salary that you will demand because of your experience, correct? When it comes to the knowledge that you gain in the company, you cannot you cannot carry that experience on the shoulders in a new company. So changing the company, I'm sure these three factors would definitely be the factors to introspect. But before you change any company, yes, think about whether it's a short-term reason of the COVID or whether they have not been paying you for a long time. But if you are simply changing just because you want a change, if you are changing the company just because you want a better life, I'm sure wait for just one more year till the economy settles down back. This situation is not a good time for changing the company unless the economy is back strong. Right? And the next query is very similar to the earlier one. Should I change my profession? It's a big thing in our lives. We sometimes change our companies, but changing the profession happens hardly, and you definitely have to take it seriously, changing the profession. And again, it depends on many factors. If you are just 20, 21, 22-year-old, just started your career in as a sales manager or a marketing manager, or as a teacher, or as a civil engineer or whatever. So if you have got just a very little bit of experience, definitely you can take a risk. You can try a new field, no doubt, because sometimes you think something is good and you do that, but once you start doing it, somewhere you find your strengths don't really match there. That is not the platform to enable your skills. Then yes, it is okay to shift. But I think if you are 25 plus and you already have been in a particular profession, and changing the profession now is definitely not advisable. Two things to remember here. Number one, why are you changing your profession? Why do you want to change your profession? If your profession is not paying you enough, I think it is not the fault with your profession. Think about whether are you not really doing your best. Like I said before, sometimes whatever job we do, we restrict ourselves, we confine ourselves to a certain parameter. But I think if you push your boundaries, yes, you can explore a lot. But still, if you think your profession is not giving you what you actually want, before you change the profession, just think, is there anyone in your profession getting something that you actually want? You understand what I'm saying? For example, you are a teacher and you're not actually getting a good package, and you want to quit and change your profession, get into sales or get into construction. But my question is someone, do you know any teacher like you but still getting a good pay, and why? So if that gentleman is really happy and getting the pay, then why can't you? So somewhere like you're lagging behind, correct? So you can think about all these factors, but I think if you're 25 plus, now you want to enter a new profession, I'm telling you it is not a good thing, because if you enter a new profession now, you are a zero there. You're starting at zero level, not even level 1. You're starting at zero level. You have to learn everything from scratch, which is not a good sign. And I'm sure this doubt, this query call, should I change my profession, is definitely because of the impact of the COVID-19. But let me tell you, wait. You have waited for 7 months. Just wait for a couple of months more. Things will fall back onto the way. But don't change your profession, especially if you had more than 3 years of experience in that profession. And the next query is very important. What are the books for competitive exams? I think this I can't generalize, because competitive exams are many. There are certain books for groups, certain books for English again, certain books for aptitude. I can't generalize it, but let me promise you, very soon I'll make a separate video on books for groups and books for exams like banks, railways and other competitive exams. Subject wise, I promise you I'll make a video definitely. And how to study economy, beautiful question. I think this query about economy must have come from some aspirant who is preparing for either UPSC or groups, because in exams like bank and other exams, you don't have a proper weightage of economy. Only in UPSC, group 1, group 2 or even group 3, yes, there is a good weightage given to economy. But I can't precisely talk about economy in just 2 or 3 minutes. I need minimum 30-40 minutes to talk about economy, because only if I tell you the syllabus, if I tell you the topics one by one, and only if I give you a deep insight of every topic, I can clear this doubt. That can happen only if I am given 30 minutes or 40 minutes. but I'll promise you I'll definitely make I'll make a video exclusively on economy. But like now you have asked me this question, all I can say is economy is a beautiful subject. Economy is a beautiful subject. It talks about money, and we all deal with money since morning to night, correct? Every day. You give 10,000 rupees to your mother and see how she manages, and the same 10,000 rupee how you manage, or the same amount how your father manages or how your brother manages. There is a difference, correct? A small example, but economy is beautiful, economy is easy. If you have a myth that economy is difficult, absolutely wrong. In my profession, I have already told you before, many people think English is difficult. It is a rumor, it is a myth. English is easy. If someone says economy is difficult, no, economy is easy. You change your perception towards that. If you convince yourself that economy is something I can't understand, you can't understand. But if you convince yourself that why can't I understand, there are some people who can understand it, of course I can also understand. I also have the same what others have. I also have the brain, right? So economy is also a beautiful subject and easy subject, and don't miss it. I'll make a separate video, don't worry. And the next query is again, what is the syllabus of UPSC? Please excuse me because 2 or 3 minutes I can't explain the whole UPSC syllabus. Of course you can browse the net, I know, but in a separate video I'll very clearly explain the syllabus of UPSC so that the people who want to start their preparation for UPSC, that video is going to help you for sure. Okay, so UPSC people, just give me some time. I'll make a beautiful video exclusively on the syllabus to be studied for UPSC very soon. And the other query is how to improve English. But this query is not clear whether you're talking about spoken English, whether you're talking about the competitive English. But in both the cases, earlier I have made some videos. They're available on my Facebook page. Please see them. You will get the clarity of both the spoken English, how to improve, and competitive English, how to improve. Or very recently I have made a video on how to prepare English for IBPS clerk. That video you will find maybe 1 week or 10 days back. Even that video will do it. And this last, this video I'll end with one more query. This is a very tricky question or a kind of funny question, but I will definitely share this with you because it's an interesting question. The query says, why do you not prepare for government exams? So somewhere this query tries to, put a question on my face saying that you all people like, you all lecturers like this talk about how to get a government job, but why don't you get a government job? I think somewhere it is in that, space. I think the answer is simple. The same answer like why Rajamouli didn't become an actor and why Prabhas didn't become a director. Okay, and yes, I'll end the video. I'm trying to precisely go, but still I'm taking more time. Excuse me because I have to definitely answer a few more queries. All the best.